Hi everyone, it's Natalie. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm really excited because this just arrived. So I went to go see my friend yesterday, um, and pick up a new deck. So I'm excited. Gonna unbox it right now. This is a deck that I've been very, very excited to get. It's been on my list for a while, and I didn't go for it. I didn't pick it up because I was worried that the images were too, I don't know, I worried that I wouldn't connect with the images. And as a Buddhist practitioner, I really wanted them because to me they hold something in them that feels very Buddhist. And then I found out that Laura Zuspan is a Buddhist practitioner. So she has spent time in several different traditions, and yeah. So I'm really keen to get a sense of what her insights are. So here we go. Box is gorgeous. And they are big. Wow. Nice brown color on the inside. Extremely sturdy box. Wow. It's just so pretty. Like, I love what she's doing with these watercolors. It's so simple and so childlike. And it made me that much more, like, surprised to find out that she's a BFA. A lot. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Just in the box, like... It's so true. I'm just looking at it now on the camera, and I've thought, wow, it doesn't come. I hear people say, like, they don't come across on camera the way they do in life, and I'm really having that moment right now. That's so wild. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what I was saying though, like, a lot of times people who are trained in a BFA, for a BFA in anything, will really struggle to go through the process of painting in a very simple childlike way, or drawing in a very simple childlike way, or doing anything in a very childlike way. And yet most great artists in history are quoted, in canon, for saying that they wish they could paint like a child. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. There's a wisdom in that. The book, the little white book, is gorgeous. This little mandala that she's got that's like bodies and some kind of creepy face in the middle and some kind of like toothy looking things. She's got the basics about the elements and elemental associations, court cards and what those mean on a very general level, meanings of the majors. I love this. Each of the suits, she's got like the picture, a picture of like that, what's on the aces. Really bright and very saturated and really beautiful. And then a very, very basic instruction of how to read using the tarot. Interesting. Okay, so she's got a Golden Dawn tarot spread, and then she talks about deck ritual and care. Upon opening your luminous void tarot deck, consider some of the following cleansing techniques to help connect you to its power and claim the deck as one of your spiritual tools. Place the deck in a large bowl of herbs. For example, lavender, rose, cedar, sage, sweetgrass, tobacco, or rosemary. Add any sacred items that have meaning to you. For example, stones, crystals, prayers, affirmations, and family heirlooms. I can dig it. Charge the deck under the new or full moon. Of course, wrap your deck in a silk cloth or piece of fabric that has special meaning. Set your intention for using the deck. Create a protection prayer that you say before using the deck. Create a giving thanks prayer before and after using to invite in and honor helpful spirits. Wow. And then she does also give like a very brief reading recommendation list. Yeah, some good ones, some good books. Yeah, wow. That's not one I heard of. The final one, the Fourfold Way, Walking the Paths of Warrior, Teacher, Healer, and Visionary. No small task there. Like not too much pressure. So great. Wow. She's keeping it simple. Oh. And I've seen them and seen them again. But holy cow. I mean, they're exquisite. I'm really, they've got the matte gold on the outside. They are huge. I love the shape. I have big hands and I don't mind large decks. So yeah, here we've got the Fool. Trying to find some place to put where I don't have any chance of getting schmutz on them. Oh, the Magus. It's interesting she chose Magus for this one. Interesting. So I've seen this High Priestess and kind of been like, ugh. If my archetypal card is that creepy, can I, a nondescript, how do I feel about that? At this moment, I dig it. I dig it. I'm curious about her choice and use of symbolism there. And the Empress. I love her crown. Wow. You don't frequently see the Empress with a knife. And yet, it's interesting to me, Robert Bonomo, in a video that I've just mentioned in another video where I was talking about the Empress, talks about how the Empress frequently has a potential to turn and wield a knife and become a very fierce goddess, which I love. I love that he puts that in there. It's really I'll link it in here too. It's a really, really good documentary. I really recommend it. If you're into tarot, can't go wrong. Just can't go wrong. Emperor. It's so funny. He's got that, like, I think it's Melissa Sanova who talks about the emperor being like, respect my authority. And he's got that kind of like, I'm holding this knife, kind of feel to it. Holding this power over you. Oh, and the Hierophant as blessing, even in this deck. Wow, the Lovers are so unexpected. I love it. I don't think I'd really ever paid that close of attention before, but wow. That's really neat with like an all-seeing eye. Wow, I keep flipping these the wrong way as I put them back in the box. The Chariot. Wow, look at that Chariot. The Chariot is a flying carpet. Oh my gosh. And she's steering it with a little wheel. Oh my gosh, I never realized that was a flying carpet. Strength. Hermit. Oh, wow. There's detail. There's just so much detail in here that I could not really take in an unboxing video before. You've heard it, you've heard people say it. They're completely different in person. Wow. The depth and the richness of the color and the detail. You can't take it in fully on a camera. Wow. Hanged Woman. Death. So much depth and detail here. Wow. Yeah. Oh my God, Temperance. Oh, Temperance. What are you doing to me? Look at you. Look at this. The detail of those wings. So yeah, it takes someone who's a trained artist to be able to paint like a child, but with, the absolute detail and specificity of a trained artist, right? Like this is, and that road, I'd never noticed that detail either. There's a balance there too in communication and connection between people. Wow, this is a deep, deep deck. So much here. Look at that devil. Lots of all-seeing eyes happening in this deck. And the color is just, really does make me want to experiment with watercolor. I've never really spent much time as an adult. Oh my God, the star. Okay, I want to see if we can get the detail, like the lines, like where the lines end is exquisite. But look at how she's got the white stars at the top in that space. Oh my gosh. And the moon is so lovely. Yeah. Wow, so Judgment, if you look at the smiling faces and the reaching towards her breasts and playing on her and climbing on her, they're happy. Deep connection. And then finally the World. Reminds me of We Are the World, 1980s, We Are the World, We Are the Children. Awful in retrospect, and it was so exciting at the time. I mean, not awful as in it was a good purpose. It just was kind of cheesy and corny. Let's see, I wonder if there's anything. There's nothing, she's not giving anything away here in terms of her interpretation of these symbols. This is very basic. I was hoping maybe like if I opened this up, I'd find something different. Pardon me. There is nothing She's not giving anything away. Her workshops look incredible. If anybody's had a chance to go to any of her workshops, I would really love to hear about it. Because if I lived anywhere nearby, I would be right in that room enjoying those workshops. The marks made for those leaves, as someone who does brushwork, I am just... And there's a very goddessy quality about that cloud. Interesting. Two of Wands, candles. Candles lighting your way, lighting your purpose. Woo! Three of Wands, magicking things up for you. Giving you the movement, the motion you need to move forward. Four of Wands. Stability and harmony. Very RWS. So she's right up there with the RWS. I'm not seeing anything yet that tells me otherwise. It's a very common interpretation of strength. Six of Wands. You know, very traditional, but with detail. Oh, it's a woman with a baby. She did it and she's still managing to breastfeed her baby at the same time. It's woman victory. Wow. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Not quite sure what's happening there. It reminds me a awful lot of, let's see what that sword looks like, but I'm being reminded a little bit more than I would have expected of like the Ten of Swords. Except she's smiling and she's like, wee! Like the angle of her leg tells me that she's being directed, maybe. She's not unhappy. I'm not sure. That's an unusual one. Okay. Yeah, the Nine of Wands, she's on guard. And she's doing the whole like, okay, what now? What next? What are you going to do to me now? Standing, I'm waiting. She's doing the thing. 10 of Wands. He's got a little guy. And he's really carrying it. He's got a pack full of them. Got a heavy burden to carry. Okay. Then we have our page. Knight. Queen. I like it. I like it. And King. Beautiful crowns. My God. Just gorgeous. When you look at all the different brush strokes that were included in making his clothes, it just, wow. You know, the care taken in making all of these brush strokes is more than what it looks like. It's very significant. Happy tribe. Oh, they've got painted toenails. All 5 toes are accounted for there. I've got 2 I'm holding there. quite as entitled and negative, I think, as some other Four of Cups that are RWS. She's not unhappy. She feels grateful. She's just got something new, you know, an extra bonus coming through or something. So all of this will take time to be with. I mean, these images, wow. These images are very, they need space. There's a lot of depth. It's all 5 cups. All 5 cups. Wow. Very strong choice. 6 of Cups. Babies who are well loved and well cared for by mama. Seven. Eight is interesting. I need a little more time with that one. 9. So we still get the connotation of a woman who might be being, you know, even though she's got all the cups and she's very happy and appears to have it all, she might still be being imprisoned by all of her cups. She's balancing a lot. It's easy to see the woman in the 9 of Cups without, you know, in a very simplistic way. And actually there's a lot going on. 10 of Cups, that's interesting. All the cups, a lot of the cups have smiley faces on them. Okay, and then the Page. Swimming in its cup. Oh, good luck, Knight of Cups. Keeping that one on your head. That's a really good analogy, actually. Like, I'm so in love with you. My head's tilted and I'm going to lose the cup that's on here and the emotional intelligence I have because it's going to slide right off. I'm not watching where I'm going or controlling the beast of burden that I'm riding. Very clever. Very clever. A lot of thought and intelligence. This is interesting. The Queen of Cups, that is a slightly, not sure about that cup on top of her head. I'm not sure what it's saying. King. Ace of Swords. Interesting. Also very interesting. That doesn't look to me like, I mean, the blade's pointing down at her does not express to me a mind at rest. It's a little bit close to the 9. Well, 5 of Swords still has its... And so does the 6. Wow, 7 is a little darker than usual. A little different meaning here. And so is the 8. The swords almost have a personified feel to them, like those are heads and arms or people who are oppressing other people. Like a power over hierarchy, patriarchal dynamic, because you can't mistake, in some ways, these feel feminine based on the way she's established things. She's taking a definite feminine angle overall in this deck. Wow, this says patriarchy to me. She's taking some interesting choices of deviating from traditional, symbolism and meanings in this suit. So the 9, it's clearly her own mind. It's all in the mind of the sitter, the meditator. And then in the 10, yeah, she's still being stabbed in the back, but it hasn't killed her. It's not killing her. And it's people. Look at that. Those are people. Those are not just swords. Those are others. Wounding and hurting. Man, that's a tough one. Whew. I feel like I've had that experience, energetically at a workplace. That one gives a really visceral, I've got a really visceral response to that one. Wow, that's yikes. Okay, here's our page. Excuse me. The knight, who's a little bit of a dum-dum, wielding a sword and not entirely sure of what he's going to strike with it. Love this Queen of Swords. I really have loved that one for a while. A little bit of schmutz on it out of the box and out of the wrapper. Probably just from the printing process. I'm not somebody who really gets super fussy over stuff like that. I don't know if it's visible. It's just right there. On the other hand, a lot of people do, so I wonder if I should let her know. I'll have a closer look at all of them later. Ace of Discs. Two. Three. Four. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's our 5. Yeah. So there's a definite female perspective here. It's unmistakably female. 6. I love how she did this 6 because it is unclear whether or not something is going out or coming in to the mind of that person. And I feel like those are eyes like right here, and these are eyes like up here. Interesting. 7. Unusual 7 there. Kind of not that though. I mean, like he, she, they. I'll take some time to be with that one. There's definite like uncertainty and maybe dissatisfaction. And in the Eight of Discs, everything is growing and fertile. We don't get the element, you know, we see the result of hard work and growth over time, but we don't see the person like actively doing the work yet. Nine. Excuse me. That's the one I was thinking of earlier. I was thinking of the woman in the Nine of Discs being held in by all of the discs. It's not, yeah. I was confusing the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Discs. Probably because that one kind of had that feel. This one doesn't. You know, this nine is, it looks to me like a monk who's got everything he needs to be able to serve the good of others. So I don't have that vibe at all. And the bird that's there is free. It's not blinded. Nobody here is wearing a blindfold or covers over their head. There's just tons of possibility, and the resources needed are there. It's not money that's spent. You know, there's no sense that that's wealth that's been spent. It has potential. Wow, very interesting. 10. Very traditional. Okay, page. Knight. His feet are still on the ground even though he's on the horse. He doesn't quite want to go. She doesn't quite want to get up off of the ground. She's being cautious. Queen. Beautiful. She's holding and nurturing. And same with the king. Wow, the king is very nurturing in this one. Look at those brush strokes on those flowers, the detail. Such an exquisite deck. Wow. So, very Rider-Waite Smithy, but she's clearly she's deviating where she feels like it, which I think is so curious. Now I can't remember what the Nine of Cups normally looks like. Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups. Doesn't matter. Anyway, beautiful deck. I'm really excited to work with it and see what kinds of treasures it holds. All right, Luminous Void Tarot, everybody. Late to the party on this one, but better late than never, I'd say. So, see you soon, and thank you for watching.